Hello, good morning. I welcome you all to this wonderful lesson. And in this particular lesson, we'll be talking about the more concept. And the first thing that I want us to start with is understanding the molar mass. So you need to ask yourself, what is the molar mass? You need to understand that the molar mass is just the mass. So we say is the mass, this is the mass of 1 mole of a substance. The mass of 1 mole of a substance. This is what you are supposed to know and understand. So if a question in an exam was to come telling you to say define molar mass, you just need to understand that molar mass is the mass of 1 mole of a substance. You also need to understand that molar mass can be defined as this one can be defined. So I'm going to say that can be what? Can be defined. This one can be defined as a relative molecular mass. So this is a relative molecular mass that is just expressed. So this one is just expressed in what? So we say grams per mole. So you need to understand that this one can be defined as relative molecular mass expressed in grams per mole, because we just get to talk about the same thing. We do the same calculations. The difference is that with the relative molecular mass, there are no units. But here, the units are what? Grams per mole. This is what you need to know. This is something you have to understand. So we've got, let us look at an example. Let's say 1 mole of potassium. So this is potassium. 1 mole of potassium is equivalent to, this is just the same as what? What is the mass number for potassium? The mass number is 39. So 39, we put grams per what? Grams per mole. This is what we get to mean, and this is something you have to understand. When we say 1 mole of, so when I say 1 mole of carbon dioxide is like this. How then do we calculate the relative molecular mass? You know that carbon dioxide like this, you say this is 2 times, what is the mass number of oxygen? 16. So this is giving us 32. I move to carbon. So carbon, how many atoms? 1 times mass number 12. So this is 12 there. So when I add, I'm getting 4. So if I was told to find relative molecular mass is what? 44. But since I'm finding molar mass, I just need to say 44 grams per mole. This is what you need to know. This is something you have to understand. So this is how we get to calculate the molar mass. If you are told to find the molar mass, these are the calculations you need to do. I guess we are moving together. You are able to see how I'm handling these things. Then after understanding what the molar mass is, you also need to understand what a mole is. Sometimes you'll be told to say, define a mole. So it is important for you to understand what a mole is. So a mole is just the amount. We just talk about the amount of what? Amount of substance. This is just the amount of substance which contains. So we are talking about the amount of substance which contains as many elementary. So as many elementary entities as they are in 12 grams of carbon 12 isotopes. So isotopes, I know we understand what an isotope is. You are able to tell me that, okay, an isotope, this is a substance or an element of the same particle with the same number of protons but different mass numbers. This is what we get to mean. So each time you are told to define a mole, you need to know that a mole is the amount of substance which contains as many elementary entities as they are in 12 grams of carbon-12 isotope. This is what you are supposed to know. This is something important that you need to understand. And there is a formula we get to use each time we want to calculate the number of moles. Like I've shown you on the molar mass, how to calculate molar mass. So if you want to calculate number of moles, which is n, this is equal to, you say mass, so you're going to say mass over what? Over molar mass. This is a particular formula we get to use. So if you want to calculate the number of moles, this is a formula you are going to use, which is written as this. We've got small m over capital M's, like that. This is a particular formula we get to use. So if you are given a question to say, if you are given a simple question, let's say they are telling you to say how many, so they are telling you to say how many moles of potassium are there in 3.9 grams of potassium. You are given this particular question. They want you to calculate the number of moles. How then can you calculate the number of moles? For you to be able to calculate the number of moles, what you are going to do is that you are going to say, okay, I'm told to calculate the number of moles. The formula, number of moles, is equal to mass over molar mass. So I say number of moles is equal. What is the mass? The mass that I'm given is 3.9 over what? Over the molar mass. What is the molar mass for potassium? The molar mass for potassium, you check on the periodic table. This is an element. So on the periodic table, it is 39. I'm not putting units here, but if you want to, if you put units there, even here, you are supposed to include the units. So we put grams per mole. So if we divide here, the answer we are going to get is 0.1 moles. So 0.1 moles of what? Potassium. This is what you are supposed to do. These are calculations that needs to be taken. So I guess you are able to see how I'm handling out these questions. So this is how you are supposed to answer questions that can come in an exam. The same way I've answered this one. This is how you are supposed to answer it. Let us look at another example. We look at another example. So even as we look at example 2, if you want tuitions, if you want to be helped in sciences, mathematics, and biology, I'm here to help you. So this is my number. You can WhatsApp me on this number. This is my WhatsApp number. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you get that distinction that you want. So you can WhatsApp me on this number. I get to help you at an affordable fee. Let us look at another example. We look at example 2. So let us go to example 2. So example 2, let me just do this. Example 2 is saying that find the mass. Find the what? Find the mass of 0.2 moles. You are told to find the mass of 0.2 moles of ammonia. Of what? Of ammonia, which is NH3. That is what you are given. How can you answer this particular question? For you to be able to answer this question, what you need to understand is that you know the formula, number of moles is equal to mass over what? Molar mass. You know this particular formula. So you say number of moles you are given, that is 0.2, which is equal to, the mass is the one you want to calculate, over molar mass of ammonia. So you do this. This is ammonia. So this is 3 times, what is the mass number? 1. What are we getting there? 3. This is nitrogen. How many atoms? 1 times mass number 14, which is equal to 14. When we add, we are getting 17. Since that is molar mass, so it's 17 grams per mole. So even here, I'm going to get a 17 like this. I cross multiply over 1, then I cross multiply. So meaning mass is equal to 0.7 times, 0.2 times 17. What answer are we getting? The answer that we are getting is what? I'm getting 3.4. You can confirm this. Have you seen? Like this. 3.4. So 3.4 is the answer. This is the mass of ammonia when it is having this number of moles. So this is how we get to answer questions. This is what you are supposed to do. I guess you are able to see all the calculations that I'm doing, and this is what you are supposed to do even in an exam. So this is where we are going to end from. Don't forget to get that number if you want to be helped. So I've just talked about the molar mass and the mole. So this is where I get to end from. Thank you so much. Don't forget to follow me. Don't forget to like the video and let me know where you are watching me from.